This is OKB here. I'm here with the Coffin Community.
Hello.
As you can see here, we have 5 other people today. Crystal will be coming in, so that'll be 6 people. And we'll be talking about the events of this week. So, let's start with Wishing Lanterns. And there's actually not much to talk about for Wishing Lanterns. All you do is just click in and you ask people for support. They'll support you, and then you want to make sure you support people like this. Yeah. The rewards depends on how high you fly, and most people will get at least 2,000 meters. Advanced refined runes, which is actually already pretty nice, and you'll have coins. Yeah, most people won't get these 2 rewards, Gokubus and Purifications. More Purifications at 3,000, so actually 2,000 is better, in my opinion. I don't necessarily need Purifications, they don't give so much at some point. But you know, most people go for the 5,000 because you get Advanced Skill Trial Pack. That's actually better than the last event, I think, and there's also coupons, and then coins. Coins is consistent. So yeah, that's it. Make sure you support your friends. Now let's move on to the time-limited ninja recruitment. This event for new players, you basically sweep plot instances or elite instances to get keys, and you get up to 10. Most of the time, I don't get 10 keys from sweeping instances, even if I use all my stamina. So to get more
Keys for this from wanted mission.
Right, so the other way is to do wanted missions, which is right here. But keep in mind, if you don't want to level up too fast, you don't want to do wanted missions, you might want to not get the keys and not do the wanted missions. It's up to you. Some people think it's worth it. I don't. I personally don't, because there's too many people level slowing or level freezing. And for other events that you get sun scrolls from, you'll be fighting really high powered players with low level. So you probably do want to hold off on that. But if you really
freeze for a while.
Yeah, basically. And the keys are nice, but they don't actually give that much. Like, I got 3 from this, that's normal, and you need like 20, 30 keys. Oh, 20 something keys. Probably 20 keys average for a 6-pass Naruto fragment. So getting like 10 keys is getting like half a fragment of this guy, and that's not much. I don't think that's worth leveling up for. Okay, there's also 6-pass. There's also Anbu Yamato. He is still relevant, I'll say, because he's basically drains chakra, causes immobilize, but can also create a shield. So it goes 2 ways. It's like a offense and defense, balanced kind of thing. He increases his chakra at the beginning of each round. Let's see. Yeah, not the beginning of each action, the beginning of each round, which means you'll get 60 chakra in round 2 and 40 chakra in round 1. And yeah, he has a chance of causing immobilize if you somehow get to 30 chase. He's usually used with like a breakthrough I team, normal I team too. There's probably other ways to use him, but I haven't really seen it. But yeah.
I think he's also used in like Angel God's lineup, I think.
Angel, yeah, that's also true. He provides shields and drains chakra. Angel God uses 40 chakra, I believe, so you might use him to get extra chakra for round 1 Angel God Mystery.
Angel God uses only 20 chakra.
Only 20, okay. Oh, that means you can use another ability. It's pretty good. His own ability, probably. I've used him in like another account with, let's see, for Survival Trial. I think I had 4th Raikage, then I had Anbu Yamato, and then Lightning Maid. So the Anbu Yamato will just drain the guy's chakra and interrupt. I would use 4 attacks, and Lightning Main would use 4 attacks. And then I'll have like some barrier type, like Daru, to increase your damage. And it really clears out Survival Trial most of the time. But yeah, there's some unique uses for him. Maybe even like Team Ninja exams or something. Now, okay, next is Girl Power Taisho Konin. Similar to Anbu Yamato, except her passive increases your chakra if
Right.
you're Akatsuki.
Yeah, it only does it for Akatsuki mysteries.
Right, but if you have a Akatsuki team, that's definitely fine. There's some interesting teams with her for Ito Daidara. Let's say you're fighting 3v3, one of your teammates has Summit Madara, then you're like, oh, I can't buff my own ninja now, so let's just use Taisho Konin. And that would be a good support. And there's also Summer Sakura. It's good for healing towards the end. Swimsuit Tamari, kind of nice, but sometimes a little hard to support. Summer Hinata, who's interesting. There's an interesting team we have on our channel that I think I made with Chiriku and Konohamaru. You guys can check that out. I don't know how to describe it, but it worked. Now, there's also Nightmare Fragments. This is only for people who already have most of the summons. Like, Blindness is okay, but it's easily cleared and not the most useful thing to have. King of Hell is better, Gamakiri is better, there's a lot of other things that are better, even Ignition and Tag. Advanced Refines, get that if you want power, and you don't really want to spend on this event, and Deluxe Myokubu. Maybe Myokubu instead of Refines, because it's easier to get Refines. Yeah, it's easier to get Refines now, so probably Myokubu, even though it costs.
Miyaboku is more important to me, to be honest.
Which one is?
Miyaboku is more important to me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. I would also prefer training potions over Myokubu's now. I think Memo had told some people who told me that in China you get more initiative overall in training potions than you do in Myokubu's. So that's an important thing to remember. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the total recharge rebate here. Let's see. And I think, so this is where you get Great Ninja War Madara. The first 500 is just, it's okay. It's only a fragment. I think this is even worse than... No, it's about the same as Fukuroma's deals, but I think Fukuroma's did better. Because you only get 2 advanced refines. 1 fragment of a clothing is worth something, but nobody really does that. Like, it doesn't really help you at all. At 1000 though, you have 2 times as much and 5 training potions, which I would take over the cultivation scrolls, and 2 fragments. So 1000 is better than 500 so far. 3000, you have 5 advanced refines. You have advanced skill trial pack. I don't know, I prefer the training potions, but I guess this costs Sun Scrolls, I believe, so you will use this in the future. But you do get 10 fragments of the clothing, so 3000 is definitely even more worth it, simply because of the clothing. But you know, overall, you should probably just spend 8000 if you're gonna spend, or 5000, because you want most of the clothing pieces. Getting only a couple fragments just kind of delays your power, and you're just throwing coupons out there without getting anything back for a long time. So at 5000, you have 500 coupons, which is nice because it's coupons. You get to spend it on a lot of things. Advanced refines versus coupons. This is probably worth, I don't know, 40 times 5, 200 coupons-ish for that. Advanced skill trial pack is the same thing, but you get 5 times more, so that's definitely better. And you have 15 more fragments. Not as good as like 10 fragments 2 times, but still enough that it's worth getting. So 5000, I think so far like each reward is better than the other one, and this is good. This is actually pretty good. It draws people in to actually spend more too. Alright, so Great Ninja War Madara, at 8,000, this is where you get the fragments, and if you want him, and you're only going to spend this much, go for it. But if you're not actually trying to get him, then this 5 fragments is useless to you. And without it, it would be probably better to get the 5,000 rebate because you get coupons. But you know, the rewards here for Cape Geek gift pack is kind of nice. It's also Soaring Youth, so you get to finish your clothing, so it could be worth it. Is anyone gonna recharge for the clothing? Just the clothing. This is.
I'm
I
not.
think most of the people here are free to play.
Are you all? Let's see.
I'm not gonna recharge for it.
No. Okay. So you do recharge though, right?
Nope, I'm free to play.
Okay. So everyone's free to play. So far, I've asked some pay to play players, and they're thinking of getting the clothing, but they're not sure about actually getting Madara. You know, you'll get 5 fragments of 8,000, but I think the clothing is worth getting ish. It's an okay event. Which means did you guys say that you like the most again for the codes?
Earthmain.
Earthmain? I haven't.
Win.
What was that?
It gives like 200 resistance and 200 defense, right?
Let me take a look real quick. Where is this thing?
Yeah, it does. 200
Yeah,
defense
man.
and resistance.
I like Jingle Bells the most. Here we go. Soaring Youth, defense and resistance. That's actually not bad. You know, the game is rigged so that we have more attack than defense, and it makes sense because you don't want like 10 rounds all the time. So, I mean, I have balanced stats, so it's a good reference. Attack ninjutsu is like 16, 17, and resistance is like 12. That's probably because of mood, though. And I have defense of 10k. So your defense is probably 2/3 of your attack in ninjutsu-ish. If you take a look at like others, say Tobio, right? He has, let's see, yeah, this is about his defense is about 2/3 his attack, and resistance is a little higher. Like that's pretty normal throughout. He stacked this one, but for the unstacked, that's about right. So having 200 go into defense and resistance, simply because it's more rare, I think it's worth getting. Like simply because defense and resistance buffs are rare, it's probably worth getting. And it looks pretty nice, like this kind of little cool kid thing here. I'm not sure about Windmane, but I think the others look pretty decent. Okay, and alright, Madara teams. Someone posted some Madara teams, right? So let me switch views here. Oh,
Kirito posted.
Right, I'm already on the Discord. I forgot to switch the normal screen. Alright, so pay to win lineup. Apparently, let's take a look here. Kakuzu, Madara, some random ninja, and Earthmate. And you're stacking shields and increasing their damage based on shields. Madara, let's see. Well, let's take a look at his abilities first. Someone had a picture earlier here. Alright, so it's mystery. Deals 3 combo and suppression of super armor to up to 9 enemy units until the end of the round, and absorbs all chakra. So this basically forces your opponent to use their chakra before they get drained, and that's pretty reasonable. But if you have something like 6 Pass Naruto, Ito Minato, well, when you use this ability, you can try to target them, but they won't. The mystery itself won't hit. So in a maybe 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, you're gonna have to have 2 ninjas that are faster than the other 2 teams that you're fighting. and I think that's one of the weaknesses. Even though you can do more damage when there's a Jinchuriki on the team, and you're draining chakra, you're not interrupting anybody. Now, I guess, this causes low float. So there's no ninja that chases low float that can interrupt and is unmissable. So this is weak against position 1 ninjas in round 2. But okay, his his attack is like Renee Sasuke, except he causes ignition instead of he has a high chance of repulse and ignition. His attack can't miss. That actually causes some problems for me because maybe if it's position 1 and it's just for damage, it would work. But if he has a high chance of if he causes repulse and you have someone after him that I don't know, immobilizes, drains chakra or something, they will miss their own chase attack will miss, and it's a waste of a chase attack. So this is another potential weakness in here. And then there's also Kamui, which is you knock down, cancel shields and buffs, and immobilize. And enemies defeated by the skill can't resurrect. It's a little hard to plan for that, so it's just a random extra buff that they throw in. And that's good, as long as you can hit. It's okay. And for the passive though, the vertical row of your own ninjas and teams will gain a 30% attack increase, which is nice. It's an unmovable buff, so people can try to remove all your buffs, but as long as this ninja is on the field, you will get this buff for the rest of your lineup. For the rest of the people that have vertical.
The opponent gets buffs too, sadly though.
Yeah, that's true. And then he has a high chance of evading chases. Makes him a good tank. That's definitely good. He's harder to kill than Ito Hiruzen, and he can be a damage type ninja instead of control. He has control, but I can see him as more as a damage type or support type, like damage or support. But he's not going to be like 6 pass with control. He sort of has control, so it's kind of balanced, and that does make him pretty good. It's the whole field. Let's see, he could be used for position 1. It's the whole field. Yeah, that's true. And here's another lineup. This is a more free-to-play lineup. Madara, Uchiha, Shisui for the barrier, and then you have Killer B. Killer B is to give him an extra standard attack. Is that it? You know what? That Ramen Naruto might also work.
He gives you 30% buffed critical for Konoha ninjas, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. And
But they're free to attack twice for 2 rounds.
right. And basically, Madara is Konoha. And he gets that, so it could be worth it. And he's also a Jinchuriki, so he boosts Madara's damage potential. So if you're using him for damage, you have Ramen Naruto to give him the critical and attack twice for 2 rounds. Removes buffs, you know, if he has buffs on him. And Shisui for the barrier. You can also do Chiriku or Ito Hiruzen, whoever else that gives damage buffs. Well, actually, the fire main. The fire main can do the fire.
The fire passive.
Yeah, the fire passive. That people usually don't use. Like, it's usually buff reflect. But if we have a Kurenai, if you guys have seen my Asuma team, I use Asuma and Kurenai, that lovely couple, and we just we have fire style. I think I had first position Jinpachi, and he could use his mystery like every single round. And Kurenai would just be the status reflect, and Fire Main will increase the damage to everyone. So that's kind of the same thing here. If we use Ramen Naruto, Except we're buffing one ninja, like for the most part. Shisui is definitely a good choice because of his extra other mystery. So.
And the ramen Naruto is Jinchuriki too, so he still gets the buff for his mystery.
Right. That's something to think about. I don't know how we could use like other mains for this team, but maybe a status reflect like a Ningendo or something would work. Okay, I'll probably use 6 Pass, Great Ninja War, Madara, or Shisui, and or the other Madara. Yeah, 6 Pass. This Madara is good support. I would put Ito Itachi perhaps, if you haven't. Like I'm sure, so 6 Pass is immune. Ito Itachi has status reflect and can't be hit, or he can be hit, but chases don't affect him most of the time. Then you'll have Madara with super armor. Unfortunately, we can't use Summit Madara because he's also Toby, or he's also Obito. Madara Founder doesn't buff him. Yeah, that's true. We don't have a Jinchuriki here. If we had a Jinchuriki here, though, which one should we pick? Like Ito Minato, perhaps? Ito Minato will have his own barrier thing, and it'll be pretty good at suppressing. So if we had an Ito Minato barrier, we would be able to suppress the other guy's chakra for round 1. Also ours, but we don't really use it in round 1. And then we can just damage a lot in round 2. And we'll also have a lot of defense in round 2, so it'll be like a extremely strong attack and defense. And we have Ito Itachi, who uses 20 chakra. So it would just status reflect immune ninjas and shields for because Ito Itachi can cause Dream, which can only be removed in round 2 if you have 40 chakra, and you're not allowed to get more chakra. So if you use your mystery in round 2, then if you use your mystery in round 2 and you have a ninja that's in dream state, you can't get the ninja out of dream. So that's a pretty strong, powerful team if you have the ninjas to do that, and it's definitely pay to win. Madara is really good with Kakuzu with extra standard. Yeah, Kakuzu and Madara is definitely pretty pay to win. Alright, here's another. Oh no, this is Kakuzu. We saw that already. We saw this already too, and that's right, Ito Itachi. So this team here, let's see, Madara position 1, or Great Ninja War Madara position 1, Ito Itachi position 2, Fire Main position 3 with shields, and normal Madara with position 4. You do gain more chakra, and that's useful for, I guess, to use. I think the problem with this team is I don't see how. So if your Great Ninja War Madara uses 40 chakra, you'll gain another 40 chakra, but that won't be enough for a 60 chakra ability. So that's a bit of a problem here, unless you run like chakra gain for Fire Main.
Yeah, like Fire Main's Bani chakra.
But I feel like there's too much emphasis on chakra, and you should just use your Fire Main for something else. So maybe not normal Madara. That's not a great lineup in my opinion.
Well, if you use Fireman Shield, you will gain more chakra, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you can use a Fireman Shield. Problem is if you're gonna get control, right? Position 3 is you get a lot of control.
Well, yeah, but there is Itachi for that.
Sure, but in round 2, you might use your Great Ninja War Madara, right? Position 1. They also have their own position 1. So if you have anyone like Shisui, or let's see, 6 Pass, something like that, then your Fire Main will just get controlled. This can happen even if you have Ito Itachi. Hear me out. There's a lot of people who build chases into their team. If you go first, They also have a status reflect, and you will play back and forth with status reflect. And the chases will also cause more than one status effect, and that will just remove your status reflect. So if you're going against someone who knows how to build a team, your fire main is just going to get controlled. You can use your Madara, but your other Madara will have to wait until round 3 to use his mystery. So that chakra thing has a lot of risk to it, especially if you're trying to run chakra for fire main in round 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, and Milim had a really nice team with Ito Minato and Summit Madara. And if you use them if you use your mystery and then he uses Ito Minato, you won't cut off his Ito Minato or even just 6 paths, and his Summit Madara will just drain your chakra too. There's also the risk of the chakra wars, and it's honestly better to reduce that risk. Okay, let's move on. Okay, you can get more chakra. Switch Madara with Shisui for barrier or Ito Minato barrier. Ito Minato barrier is nice. The problem with that is, to get the ninjas for that, you need 3 other ninjas, including Ito Hashirama. So, use it if you have it, but most people won't. Alright, let's move on. It's a lot of talk about Madara here. Next. Oh, time loaded refinement, which is whatever. Let us see, I'm gonna switch views now to here. Okay, time loaded refinement. Just know that you want to get up to level 6, I believe, and just stop there until you have 1,360 advanced refines, at least, before you spend refines in this event. Because even though there's a rebate for your refines, you want to wait so that you can get the maximum amount of wish credits here. Wish credits are better than physical advanced refines. Okay, Mega Carnival is still here. I'll go over this real quick. Oh, let's see. There's a chance of getting Ito Hashirama fragments, but yesterday I released a video on Fukuroma's deals, and I spent a lot of coupons on this event, like 120-ish, and I didn't even get one Ito Hashirama fragment. So it seems to be really rare. I managed to get one of him on a free draw, but I think that was just really lucky. Most of the other times, you would get other ninjas, like I got Kushina, who seems to be okay for a couple fragments. A ninja around Asuma level too. Command flag fragments are also kind of nice. There's also like this the draw rewards here, and there's Myokubu. Both are kind of worth it. Then there's normal experimental vial, which I don't think it's that worth it. So you should stop at 30 unless you want to go to 100 for advanced experiment vials. Those are definitely worth it, simply because they are used on a lot of meta ninjas. And become a super player, just spend 500, recharge 500, or spend 5,000 on this event. And these items are usually worth it. I would most likely get a skill trial pack if you have those ninjas, powerful item pack if you don't, and you just want power. Myokubu is okay, but Ninja Assist I would take over that. Yeah, Magatamas, just get those charms only if you really need it. Okay, next event. Oh, this is also not that big of a deal. Cultivation limited rebate. Always get 10. Always draw 10. If you're not really spending on this event. If you are, just know that as you go up the ladder, the reward rebate goes down. So the more you spend, the less you get back. And this is only for players that really want to power up quickly. You can see like this is 30 scrolls, purifications, which is not the best. Rainbow Magatama is okay. But there's even a 1500, 2000. But even at 2000, you get rare essence, rare treasure essence. and you're only getting like 5 more each 500 or you spend. I guess the only thing I would say here is if you're spending 800, might as well do 1,000. That's like the only thing that really matters here. Other than that, just spend 10 and you'll be fine for this week. Treasure. Okay, so they've upgraded the treasure essence, treasure of the sage. Sorry. You have pain optional packs, charms, clothing. Hidan. Okay. Conan is okay. Yamato. Normally Yamato is not worth it. Myokabu's. Another Myokabu. Alright, so basically, for the most part, don't spend in this event. Don't spend on mood scrolls. You'll get those from strange stones. The one things you do want to get is like the breakthrough stones, because I almost never see them any other event. So those are worth it, maybe at like 30% off. The rest I would get at 40% off, and only if you think it's necessary. Like, is anyone gonna get like any of these ninjas? Hokage Minato, Sage Naruto, Jiraiya Sage, Normal Mai. Is there any ninjas you guys want in this? I don't see any ninjas that Ito Asuma could be good. No one's spending.
Clothes can be nice.
Minato Hokage for my alt.
Either Minato or Max, man.
Mask Man, he's kind of starting to become out of date. I don't see a lot of potential in him anymore. He doesn't even cause knockdown for his mystery, which I thought was very important because you could start a really good chase with him in round 1. And even though he does good damage and he does immobilize, we have a lot of super armors and chase evades. It's just he just doesn't have that much use anymore. But breakthrough stones for sure. And if you get 40% on something like advanced refined runes, then yeah, you can go for that. But only at 40%. I think at 30% it still isn't worth getting. I know Sage Naruto will have breakthroughs, Mifune will have breakthroughs, Mai already has breakthroughs. The other ones, Hinata may get breakthroughs, so there's some decent teams. Anbu Itachi, if you want. For free-to-play players, I think Anbu Itachi can be good, if you have Shisui, of course. That standard team, Shisui, Anbu Itachi, and Iruka, it still does pretty well in Arena, as long as your opponent doesn't remove all buffs, or like something like that. But most teams nowadays don't put that, except for some Madara teams. Okay, well I can like draw one and see like anything. Purifications, no, nothing worth it. Okay, next one. Time limited shop. So I think out of all of these ninjas, oh, there's also Kakuzu. All right. So this event, you recharge to maybe get 1 point, 10 ingots each. You can log in for 1 point, and then you sweep plot instances and elite instances to get points. There's no limit to this, but you do need to spend a lot of stamina potions if you want to get fragments this way. And some people do. I have. I've done it with the flower event, and I got some fragments. It's not very efficient. Like, you have to save up months and months. But if you forget about your stamina potions, then this is an event you might want to try going for. It has Kakuzu, and Edo Daidara both have breakthroughs at 4 stars. So if you're the type to do the long run, then Kakuzu is definitely worth it. Summer Ino is also pretty good, and she's pretty cheap. There's probably a lot of decent teams you can use with her, and as long as you have enough defense and good enough position 1 ninjas. There's also Edo Tobirama, which is useful for Ito Minato's barrier, but nowadays he's not a part of the meta because there's a lot of immune ninjas. he can interrupt. He's not immune. He only has dodge, and he needs 30 combos for his chase. So I guess that's why a lot of people don't use him anymore. But he's still nice to have. There's some interesting positioning one teams with him. It's like an assassin type. And then there's Rene Sasuke that I'm sure some people like him. He's easy to support. He's easy to buff. But I just don't see him being a part of the meta yet, unless you have another really good ninja. And then there's I, and he's expensive because of his breakthroughs. He's relevant. Breakthrough I is still relevant in China, I believe. As long as you don't meet some of the weird metas that are in China right now. Like Ronin Naruto versus I think I would probably win. Like Ronin Naruto would kill the other three supporting ninjas, and then he'll do a lot of damage in the beginning. But if he doesn't kill I, then I would probably destroy Ronin Naruto.
But Ronin Naruto boosts his attack with his standard attack, and he gets bloodthirsty, so he gets another attack if he kills something.
Wait, is he immune to status though?
No,
Yeah.
He's not.
For the first 2 rounds, I think.
No, Naruto isn't immune to anything, so you can easily control him with Itachi or something like that.
Right. So I guess it depends on your supporting team. If Ronin Naruto increases his attack each time, your buff on I would be enough to defend against it, up to a point. And after that, I would just keep using his mystery and control him. And even if you have less control, you have a pretty good chance because I uses his high knockdown and immobilize chase twice if you have his breakthroughs. So I would still put my money on I, but it depends on the power difference, I suppose, between the two ninjas. If it's the same power difference, I would put my money on I. If Ronin Naruto is still stronger, then he won't go down as easily as 6-pass Naruto. But he will probably still have a hard time with I. He won't be able to use his chase. He might have 100 chakra for his mystery, but for his standard attack, but it's not going to compare to 4 standard attacks when Ronin Naruto is not getting anything else. Now, if you use Ito Daidara against Ronin Naruto, you're practically dead, and I think that's why people don't use him in China. One of the reasons, because Ronin Naruto.
Because the clay spider dies so easily to his attack.
Exactly, right? He would probably he gets an extra attack if he kills somebody, right? So if you put if you put clay spiders there, then you're just gonna give him extra attacks. It's like you're asking him to kill you. Unless you put position for Ito Daidara, that'll be interesting. I have some ideas for that, but we'll save that for later. Alright, next one. Rate plates. Just do your things, draw 10. I normally just go about my day and do everything I usually do, and then I come back here and take a look at the stuff that I still need to do, and it's usually only a couple missions. Like team instances I would normally do anyways. Draw 10 I would not. Sweep I would. So if you don't want to worry too much about this event, just do your normal routine and then come back. As for the rewards, I think it's not as good as the previous ones. Shisui is nice, but he's considered the best ninja, I suppose, in this wheel, and for free-to-play players, that's nice. But a lot of people already have him, or they don't need to 4-star him. And I guess the second ninja would be Mai. This is Swimsuit Mai. So this is their apparently best ninja. So that's their best ninja. But you only get 1 fragment. And do you guys want her? Like I don't see her as that great of a ninja for her price. Her 30 combo causes more combo, but it's not like we have a 40 combo ninja. So the only way I see this working is if you have two 30 combo ninjas that need that combo because your opponent has dodge ninjas. But that's a unique case. Like that's the only reason you would need another combo at causing combos. Yeah, that's probably the only reason. She causes knockdown and immobilize, but she doesn't remove buffs. So it's not so great. She does combos and she causes ignition, which is okay. And then she has her barrier. That's a unique ninja for unique teams, but not the best. This also might die. Does anyone have him? Like, does anyone have any teams for him or something like that?
No, not really.
I don't get another attack if you kill someone. Yes, Iki, but I automatically get 4 attacks. So Ronin Naruto versus I. Well, Ronin Naruto will attack once and maybe kill all 3 ninjas, and he'll get 4 attacks in round 1, right? But round 1 is not enough in the I versus Ronin Naruto fight. So in round 2, you have no other ninjas to kill on the other side. So Ronin Naruto will not get another standard attack at all for the rest of the battle. But I will automatically get 4 standard attacks, and that's why I think he's better. Okay, yeah, nobody has any teams for Might Die, I think. Switch back here. Alright, Might Die. I look like he increases the target mystery cooldown by 1, so I can definitely see him in some sort of weird team. Maybe a support team or something. Yeah, I want him, but not enough to spend for him. Okay, is anyone going to spend a lot on Great Plates this week?
No, I'm not.
Nope. Alright. Iki has a response to my comment here. Naruto already has 2 standards, so he gets a bonus 1 for killing someone. Yeah, like even if he has 2 standards, in round 2 you're going 4 standards against 2 standards, and it's on for the rest of the battle. And the battle is not fast enough for Naruto Ronin to destroy the entire team round 1 or 2, and especially since I has Leech. Alright. The counter to this is maybe have an Ito Itachi or something with high control that can take down I. That would make sense. But this depends on your team now. This little initiative, control, war thing that you would have to do. But if it turns out like you're evenly matched, then it would simply be I versus Ronin Naruto, and Ronin Naruto would probably not win because he only has 2 attacks. Yeah, I mean even with his attack increase, just having 4 attacks and 2 chases, yeah, you would have 6 attacks basically because of his 2 chases and immobilize. You know, so it's a pretty, I would tip towards breakthrough I in a fight between those 2. Yeah, his attack by 5% is only 5%. Yeah, I mean, you would have to do 200% total in order for you to get up to I's level. Maybe even 250% because I has high knockdown floats. Yeah, I has 6 attacks, almost guaranteed each round, so I is just still better. Scaling is nice, but if you can only attack twice, the number of attacks matter a lot, is what I'm saying. I is still better, and this is why he costs so much in the time limited events. Two percent attack for every chakra point. Oh, that's right. I also scales. Wait, does he scale? I didn't know that.
With his skill break.
His skill break increases his attack. Okay. So,
Yeah,
okay.
it. I don't know which one. He gets like 2% attack for each chakra. So that's like for 100 chakra, you get 200 bonus attack. I mean 200.
Percent.
But
Right.
yeah.
So okay, I even has a skill. So he's in a 1 versus 1 fight. I would totally destroy Ronin Naruto, unless your team had some sort of clones, and he was like really just destroying all your clones. Then that will be another story, maybe. But I just has the advantage. Ramen Naruto has skill books in China? Probably not. A little discussion here. Yeah, I don't think Ramen Naruto has skill books. He has a 3-star mystery, I guess. Not mystery, ability. But it makes him just a decent support overall. Okay, that's enough about great plates. Let's go to refining rebates. I already discussed this. 500, or you would usually get 800 if you do this properly, because 800 is how much we need for 1360 is how much you need to get a maxed refined tool. So you would basically get this entire rebate. They changed it so that we also have an 800 reward, and that's good. That's actually good for us. However, they limited the 10 refines reward, which I'm a little bit sad about, but it makes sense. If you're at a basic or medium refined level, make sure to get as many refines as you can, and as many advanced refines as you can, and just spend like 50 each time. Because that gives you the most advanced refines and gives you the best payback. 500, no, yeah. 50 is the best if you're not at the advanced refine level yet. Okay, and there's no other normal events, but we have Konoha's tree, and I believe you need like 1,000 something points to get there. It's like 20, 50, 100, 200, 500 or something like that. So you need to spend a lot on this event for Konoha's great tree to be worth getting. So okay, take a look at level 1. Everyone's gonna get it as long as you do your missions, and it's just power items. Level 2 is advanced refines. Oh, advanced refines already. That's pretty good. Milkubu trainings, more power items. All right. Level 3, purification breakthrough pills is the worst. Yeah, I just don't really like purification breakthroughs until you're really high power and you have nothing else to do. Then maybe it's gonna start being worth it. But Milkubu's is also nice. Advanced thread is worth 1,000 moon coins. It's also kind of nice. And then we get to level 4, and that's when we start getting ninjas. Ito Daidara, pretty nice breakthroughs. It's good for, he's still strong. Like, I don't know, in a fight between Edo Daidara and Ronin Naruto, if you break through Daidara, he also gets a lot of ninjutsu. He increases ninjutsu and critical rate. So but you can't use his mystery every single round. So in a 3v3 fight, maybe Ito Daidara would be stronger than Ronin Naruto. As long as you don't give him too many spiders to kill for his standard attack, and as long as he survives, maybe he can take out Ronin Naruto. Probably not. Ronin Naruto probably still has the edge, but if it's a field team, then it might work. Let's see. And you have experimental vials and power items. That's fine. Level 5, Kakuzu, which is pretty nice. Kakuzu's pretty standard meta now. Well, he's not meta enough that you can get him yet, though. Ito Hiruzen is also nice. I'm sure some people have him 4-starred now, just so that they can blitz everybody in Sage World. He has a good damage buff and defense skill. Like, even though he doesn't have control, if your other ninjas can make up for his lack of control, then he's definitely a very strong player. even if you don't buff him like completely, he still has a lot of he still has a pretty good, yeah, his buff alone is nice. I use him for his buff sometimes instead of just his mystery, and he also has a high chance of low float, which I think most really good ninjas don't actually cause low float, in my memory. Maybe I'm wrong, but he hits a random line, so taijutsu and ninjutsu at the same time. It's just really good for teams where you can really control. It's just really good for a lot of damage buffs and just playing the damage part of the team where you have control in the front. Now, level 6 is Angel of God Conan, Ito Minato, and 4th Raikage Ai. These are all very good ninjas. I think Angel of God Conan is still relevant, simply because she does cause huge combo and tag, and tag, a lot of people ignore it. I ignore it sometimes, but keep in mind that it does lower your opponent's defense and resistance. So that's like preparing maybe your partner to use Ito Kiruzen or something like that. And she does have an increase in damage and things like that, and she could probably use her mystery almost every round because of her standard. She's still a good secondary damage person, and I think Hogaki Minato would probably go well with her if you have a good supporting team with that. Ito Minato is always good. We talked about him. Bond skill, breakthroughs, and he's just plain strong and he scales. So it's very nice of them to put that up here. 4th Raikage Ai, breakthroughs. Once again, he's expensive, so putting him up here is even better than Ito Minato, maybe. It depends on what you're going for. And then there's power items, 2 chimes. Alright, level 7. 6 Fast Naruto. Huh. I guess I would put 6 Fast Naruto on level 6, but he's popular, so I guess that's why they put them here. Does anyone? Do you guys know anybody with Susanoo Sasuke breakthroughs? They keep pricing him up to be really pricey, and in time limited shop, you can see he's 45, the same level as Ai.
Do you know anybody who is breakthrough Sasuke?
Yeah, I don't think anyone on my server has that either. His skill, his breakthroughs there is, I kind of forgot about it. He suppresses super armor and does some other thing.
His mastery with
His
that
what?
skill break. His mastery with skill break is undodgeable, and it's scaling 120.
Okay.
I don't know, something like it's quite good for a great ninja.
Yeah, he needs probably 4 stars for the breakthrough too.
Yeah.
Kind of like I too. So I also suppresses super armor. I don't have Susanoo Sasuke, so I can't see his actual abilities. But apparently they're so good that Oasis felt the need to put him on the last part of the tree, and I guess he has a lot of affiliations, so he's easy to support. But I just haven't seen him at all in other. Yeah, I haven't seen him at all in space time. Not a breakthrough Sasuke. Nobody uses him in space time, and so few people even have him. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with breakthrough Susanoo Sasuke. It's just not there. And the Oasis is still pricing him up that high, so I don't know what their deal is there. Okay, there's also command flag fragments, but only 1, so I would prefer 2 at least here, since it's the last tree.
100 command flag fragments to make 1 command flag though.
100. It's 100 fragments for 1 command flag. Yes. Yeah. you're only getting one. That's probably like the lowest reward in this entire tree. And then there's also Advanced Experiment Vial, 2 of them. Okay, that makes sense. 6 paths, I guess, and then Susanoo Itachi, so that's the absolute best. You know, even with all these breakthroughs, new ninjas, new meta ninjas, whatever, Susanoo Itachi he's still good. And he's still in position 1 a lot of the times. Just fight him in 3v3 arena, and people will be like, oh gosh darn it, why is there 3 Susanoo Itachis? And if you guys have, I'm sure if anybody has participated in 3v3 arena, at some point they're gonna find a 3 Susanoo Itachi team, and they just destroy your entire front. Now you can
Yep.
guard, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
From the tags.
Yeah, so all of you have at this point. The way to, because his standard attack can't be missed, and most people increases their standard attack by 1, I think, with like Earth Main or something. So you have basically up to 6 standard attacks on Susanoo Itachi that just destroys your front, and they buff him.
And with Ramen Naruto, he could boost his critical rate too.
That's
to
true.
do even more
true.
damage.
Yeah. So, and he's also immune to status. He also chaoses for 2 rounds, 2 times, like round 1 and 2.
And he got super armor.
Yeah, he has super armor, and man, it's such a hassle fighting against him. Like it's, I personally always guard against my front. But you know, even if you have like ninja dogs in the front, first of all, you need to get that ninja dog there or a clone there, right? And that limits you. If I want to get my ninja dog there, I have to have higher initiative as position 1. So I have to have a clone there. Then if I have a clone, the clones are just gonna die really easily in the first 2 attacks or so. And after Susanoo Itachi like sweeps your front and middle teams, middle line teams, you're gonna have a lot less health, and a lot of people, not most, run Shisui with Susanoo Itachi, so you have a very strong standard attack in like position 2 ninjas, and they just completely destroy your team most of the time. Now, when I was fighting Susanoo Itachi, I was using a seriously tanky setup. I think I have a video on that called the Fortress of Konoha, and I used Chunin Shikamaru to boost my defensive resistance by 100% for Kushina, because she's a hidden jutsu ninja. I also had Gaara's shields 40%, and then I had Fu Fu doesn't give her shields though. So basically she had shields and 100% defense and resistance. But even after all of that, they killed Kushina. Like they used Susanoo Itachi's mystery on Kushina to deal more damage, and they killed her like within 4 sweeps with like with his mystery, like 1 mystery and maybe 4 sweeps, and she was down. Even with that 100% resistance and shields and things like that. So this guy is just troublesome, and this is why people get him still. Like you can have dodge ninjas like 6 paths, and you know chases that like you can dodge chases. You can have super armor. It doesn't matter because he doesn't dodge, and he does the entire front row. Anyways, enough about Susanoo Itachi. I've had some bad experiences fighting him, and I just had to rant about it.
We all can agree there.
Yeah. Alright, and point rewards. 20 you get dewdrops, experimental vials, seal scrolls, more fortune coins. There's a lot of experimental vials here, and experimental protection vials. Since we're getting a lot of breakthroughs that are coming in, it makes sense, and we do want to stock up on those. But you know, the rewards it's okay. Like I would not base my spending on these rewards unless you're very close to 100 or something. 500, Orange chakra rune, we don't need that. You're eventually gonna get it, so it's not really worth it. Contracting scroll is pointless. I wish they would stop giving us contracting scrolls. It doesn't help with your power, and it's just getting a pet. It's not like, I don't know why this is in the 800. This is a red chakra rune, which kind of makes sense, I guess. So if you're going for 800, you might as well get 1000, where you get an ultimate treasure essence. All is always nice, and then purification is just another bonus, I suppose, that you don't want to really think about. Yeah, I would not spend. No, well, since this is Konoha Tree, you need to spend a lot to get the best rewards. You know, tree level 7. So don't look at this. Don't look at these rewards unless you really want something from the Fortune Store, and probably Edo Tensei Itachi is the best, or Gamakiri. Hokage, or no, Taisho Tsunade is interesting. And then there's the command flags. So if I don't know what you guys have, but if I was you, I would probably go for Edo Itachi first. If I have him, I would go maybe for the outfit if I don't have the outfit yet. If I have that, then I would go for the command flag. And then it's Gamakiri. And then tactics is, at some point, it's not so good to help with your power. And then Taisho Tsunade is my last choice, simply because I don't know what she can do, and she has a lot of life.
She's kind of like Cloak Sakura.
Cloak Sakura, but with like probably a field type thing. I don't know if she heals past your team, because she heals 6 team members. But when they say team, they don't always mean team. There's a lot of things they don't put in their ability description. Like, they didn't say that Ito Hiruzen's mystery can't be interrupted. And if you can't be interrupted, well, like, I wish I knew beforehand so that I would get him even sooner. We figured it out eventually, but they really need to write these things on their descriptions. But sometimes it's just off, and it confuses me. Like Hokage Tsunade, I think, heals the field, but I don't think they wrote that. And so I got confused until I realized, until I saw her in action, I was confused of what her abilities were. And I thought she wasn't that great. Okay, I think this is it for this event cycle. The ones, I mean, we had command flag fragments before. Remember that you do want to save one for initiative in Ninja Assist. So, let's see, Power Ninja Assist. So we're gonna get Hokage Minato here, and instead of elemental bonuses, you're gonna get initiative bonuses. And initiative is so much more important in so many cases. So you do want to make sure you save one command flag for that. I'm building up my command flags just to save for Hokage Minato. There's gonna be others too, but one might be poison or something. I think Hanzo was part of it. So this is this week's events. Are you guys? What are you guys gonna spend on? Is anyone gonna spend on any of these events?
Nope,
Not really.
I'm saving for Obi the Green Ranger for coupon.
So nobody here is saving. Let me switch screens now. Okay, bye Kirito. We
I'm
have some
saving for
comments.
the event.
Yeah, I think most free-to-play players are gonna save for good reason. Oh, and real quick, Ramen Naruto does get skill books, so I guess
The Y skill gives super armor.
okay, give super armor. That's interesting. Okay, oh,
It's only for 2 rounds, just like the standard attack.
that's pretty good still. I think this is pretty interesting. Let's see. So, okay, we have a Y skill here and there. Don't forget about the time limited shop. Yeah, don't worry, I got it. I think this is all for this event. Season ticket is still here. Monthly gift box. It randomly drops maybe that outfit, ceremonial, I wouldn't count on it, and I wouldn't buy it. This gives monthly points, which you can spend here in the monthly event, but their pricing is not so great, and there's a limit to how much you can buy, or each day at least. So I would just not spend on that. Don't risk your coupons for this. Sage key, treasure key. 10 coupons each, so it's actually not bad. And then there's like refinement packs if you really need it. If you really need it, get it, but we don't need it. The other events are much better. Sage keys, I would normally not do that either, because you need a 40% draw on the right item, and that chance is not very high. I think that's it, right? Everyone's just gonna save, and they're not gonna do anything this week. This last week was definitely last week was a free-to-play event cycle. This week is pay-to-play, and I think the pay-to-play is just okay. It's not that great. You get time-limited shop for recharge, and let's see what else. Total recharge rebate. So that's the main two events: total recharge and time limited, and that's about it. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this week's events. Everyone say bye.
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 And also, I'll be linking some of the YouTubers here in my descriptions. Make sure to check them out. They're still starting, and give them advice. See you guys next week.